to protect yourself? Put other words in there. Harriet Tubman. Okay, Frederick Douglass. Okay? You have to do that because, see, they not only do they acknowledge and they allow you to talk about them now. Okay? But they don't want you to talk about Patar. You know, they don't want you to know. See, so you have to know that they have a certain limit on where they want you to be. And when you start doing stuff like, when you make flashcards, you make it with big writing. Okay? Because the kids can't tell you whether, if it's this size or this size. So you can have 2 sets, but you only carry 1. And when it's time for you to go up before the board or whatever, you can show them what you got. Okay, you got stuff. Eisenhower, he black too. Schwarzenegger, Coolidge, Hoover, they was all brothers. I know. Okay, and I don't think they was married to Europeans. But see, you have to know where to strike them at. And not too many people in the classroom situation or the principal's office, they're not that up on those kind of things. If I ask everybody in here, you know any Arabic numbers? You'd be like, huh? But the numbers you use today are called Arabic numbers. They can throw stuff on you, and if you don't know it, you just be in the dark.
So it's still be okay?
It's okay, but you know what? You have to know what do you want to tell them? What is it like? Give me an example.
I don't know whether it's extreme or not, but that we're out there, you know, that we're out in other planets.
Okay, now when you say there are, or we are out there, or we are from other planets.
Pull in the fact of what's happening today and
Okay.
what's in our past.
What you need to do is say, I understand there's some articles written on unidentified flying objects. Who in here thinks that they are spaceships? Who in here doesn't think that they are spaceships? And then what you can say is, well, if they are, where do they come from? Let them control that bit of information. Let them, okay? And then what you have to do is say, well, I know that God created me and created us. Maybe God created others too that come and visit us, and we're just not ready right now to be with them. But they're ready to be with us. The government might know about them, but don't want us to know about them. And that's how you do that.
I want to make a comment on the book and the movie I saw last night.
Mm-hmm.
I read William Cooper's book called Behold the Pale Horse.
Woo!
I said that. You mentioned that they had John F. Kennedy killed because he was going to tell the people when he be elected that they have contact with aliens from outer space.
Of course.
Last night was a picture on Dark Skies, and they showed how these people gave the information, snuck it into John F. Kennedy,
Mm-hmm.
and soon after later he got it, he was killed.
That's right.
He was running, trying to get away.
Mm-hmm.
They killed him, they was crying, and they killed the president
Uh-oh.
because we gave him this information.
And he's not the only one.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. But the thing is, it's not only that book, The Iceman, Inheritance.
Yeah.
Now, the European wrote about himself. He told you who he was and what he's about, and the thing is, he knows his limitations. Yes, he knows it, and it was, and the thing is, just understand this, when you write information and you get it published, you know the printers, don't you think they have their own copies? Don't you think they scrutinize what you write? Don't you think they know who you are and where you are? Now, when they allow certain books to be printed and saturated in certain areas, they know who's consuming it. So they know what your level of understanding is. Okay? So now they know what kind of people they're dealing with. Whatever kind of literature you get in here. You know whether it's Pakistani, Afghanistani, Arab. You know based on how to spell it. You know, maybe you're not that adept, okay? But it took me a long time, to figure this thing out. Like different people use different endings, all right? And then you start to say, just like they use different endings, people put information in books in order for us to read. They have certain information, and they go on one level, and you pass your understanding. In other words, you can't get with it. You don't understand it because you weren't brought to that level. So you won't buy certain books. Okay, I mean, certain information you'll go and you'll say, okay, I want to buy this on this. I look for something from the Doggone people. Okay, and I remember this when I was young, looking for something from the Doggone people. I saw this Margaret Mead, this woman who traveled all over the world. I was impressed with this woman when I saw a film on her going to a funeral procession. And I was little. I couldn't remember where it was. I just knew it was in Africa. I just knew it was in Africa. I must have been about 12 years old. And in my head, all this time, I've been trying to remember what this woman's name was. I mean, I'm coming up with Goldwater, the son, all these other people traveling, all Leakey and all of them, but I couldn't remember this woman's name. And it finally hit me, Margaret Mead. This woman done went all over Africa, done been in all the villages, done been in all the towns, and she calls these people her people. Her people. Her villagers. And I was blessed with seeing some footage in New York at the Museum of Natural History. She was in a village. They was doing they had a funeral. And you don't go in and live. Anybody going in is going to be added to the death list. You're not going in to come out. And for her to be allowed to shoot it, film it, document it, and come out alive, I said, something got to be with this woman. Something got to be with her. And not until, I'm talking 15 years later, did I see that film again. She had some symbols on her, given to her from some of these people. Okay, and I was getting mad now. I said, we can't even go into this thing in Mali. It was in Mali. They are in charge of the heavens as a nation of people. Okay, and for her to have it. And at the end of this film, she says, I'm only wearing it. These are for the ones that come after me, who it belongs to. I was but a pawn in the game. I remember her saying this. And she just took her hand and she went like this. And it will go from here to there, and then you have it. She said, none of it's mine. And she said she can die clean. And I was trying to read into that. And when I read in some of the pages in the little thing, she more or less felt like she needed to sacrifice herself for, remember that little group that went over Barry Goldwater's son, and they traveled to the Amazon, all this, and they never came back, disappeared. She said she know what happened to them and where they at, and that was good for them. She said because they didn't go humble. They didn't go humble. And the information that she had, if you get information, she sounds arrogant for a white lady, aggressive in her getting. But like Professor Leakey and his family, they stayed in Kenya. They lived there. They just stayed there. She moved around. Her books, and I'm not gloating over her. But thanks to Professor Simmons and Dr. Ben and a couple other good brothers who teach you to find yourself in these lines, who teach you to read it and see that it's you in there. The stuff that was brought back, like they said, you keep making it easier for me. That's our stuff. I thank the Creator for allowing certain people to bring it over here for those that can't go to Africa right now. I thank the Creator for allowing us to. We are in the Stargate. Not just New Jersey, but Newark, New Jersey. We are the new Ark. Okay? I'm telling you, and it was labeled that on purpose. Okay, and I don't mean like he wrote on it. He wrote on it. But this place was given this name on purpose. On purpose. We are the new Ark. Now, whether they want to call it the Ark of the Covenant or not, it don't matter because I know we the ones. So if you got a piece of house, keep it. The bomb shelters are downtown Broad Street. Every house, every building downtown is a bomb shelter. If you feel that you have to go and be in one, okay, South Orange Avenue, University Hospital, the forensic building there on, is it Belmont? Turns into James Street there, South Orange Avenue. You can live in there for 500 years. There's a food supply there for you. Forensic, that Quincy thing is real. They can find out what you died from 500 years ago there. It's forensic, foresightedness. Okay, so I know that we're somebody to be reckoned with. When you see a lot of people trying to come into this town, you can tell them universities here. And, but there's no churches, nothing else to support other people's life. Just that you're educated here. Them folks with that money ain't coming here. Why would they build the schools? Keep us right here. And then you make enough money and you leave. Why? Don't leave. Don't go nowhere. Don't go anywhere. Just stay right here. University frights. It's probably University Heights. Do what you have to do to keep and maintain your space here, because this is no joke. Newark is no joke. The healers are here. The spiritual people are here. Most Afrocentric people. I'm not discrediting Washington, Baltimore, or Philly. Okay, they may have more visual as far as culture. Okay, but you've had everybody here who done been in every religion in the world, live right here in Newark. And now, okay, right here, they've been through everything. Okay? From back with Daddy Grace, Father Divine, Bay, Noble Drew Ale, okay, Moses, okay, Marcus Garvey, they're all here. Concentrated right here. And what I'm saying is that because Newark is smaller than Philly or Baltimore or Richmond or whatever, we have a higher concentration per square inch than the other bigger cities. So we will have more of a like mind, okay, and like ways in a smaller area to detonate something and open the gate. They will have to come to us. We're the nucleus, and right here, going from New York, New Jersey, you can go right on over that water mass, which will be a land mass. Atlantis will rise, and you'll be right there in West Africa. Don't go nowhere. Yes. She's funny. Okay.
It's always good to hear from you.
Thank you.
What can we do, sisters and those brothers who are spiritually connected, to do something about the spiritual abyss between men and women, especially, more specifically, black men and women? Because I think that a lot of brothers are not as spiritual as they should be. And many times they've been given the title of leader of the group and what have you. But yet a lot of people don't seem to exercise their responsibility as far as spirituality. And it seems that a lot of the spirituality seems to come from sisters, or they take it more seriously.
Okay, this brother spoke on it earlier before you had come, okay, of us being, no, it's all right, but we dealt with the fact that women will have to be left alone for a specific reason as far as having children. But the spirituality, again, I went and used the terminology Godhead. They use the Godhead symbol to represent man and God being closer to man than woman. So we're always trying to be approved of. We always want to be accepted because in the scriptures, we're the ones that they say made them fall from grace. We're the ones that's the harlot or the whore of Babylon in the scriptures, European version. We're the ones that caused all of this madness to happen. If it had not been for us trying to give him something from the tree of knowledge, because I guess we knew about knowledgeable things and they didn't, we again trying to give them something, we fell from grace and we took him with us. So we'll have to be always, okay, at their mercy, whether it's childbearing, whether it's physical beating or whatever, based on, again, we're the ones trying to have atonement. Crap. Okay, a bunch of shit. And this is because right now we're dealing with physical over spiritual. All right? And it's not just here. It's all over. You carry their names. I know some serious, powerful women, their husbands want to carry their name. Okay? My name is my name. My husband had a separate name. My children have my name. They come from here, we know for a fact. They could choose to take their father's name after the age of 18 if they wanted to. But to get anything from this system, they all as a family have the same last name. Because women have to, we're here, the man don't have to stay. So you have one by him and two by him and three by him. But they all come from this one. So to protect you and your family, you may have to choose the one to represent the many. Okay? As far as spirituality, you have a longer time to deal with it because you're a nurturer. As women, we're nurturers. We bring you through, we bring you up, we support you. So we have longer time to deal with sharing and breaking things off and putting it in your mouth and pampering you and bringing you up and rocking you. As men, we wrap them up in love in a different kind of way. Oh, he can't change that diaper. He don't know how to change that diaper. That boy don't know how to do that. Just let him take the garbage out. Okay, right on down to painting the house, all that, they can supervise. Get that over there, and they want the big wall and give you the woodwork, the little stuff. See, so we have to be able to cater to what makes them tick as men. We're not a man. or how they think. But what happens is the spiritual level gives us time to get rid ourselves, how we would like a thing, what we would do to have a thing. And some of us give up that to be with them, to be carried by them in namesake only maybe, or to be with them physically to say, I got my man. All right? You have to stop giving it up. Sit on your hands. Because what's happening is if we get this thing like this, then we've allowed it. Meaning we could deal with the nature of them on one level, but then if that's going to stress us and pressure us and then condemn us, then you have to give it up. It's not working for us. Okay, so you have to be able to cook and clean and do whatever you have to do, open the door and all that. I like being catered to by a man, but I don't want to be subjected to reciprocity, and I ain't with that, what he want me to give him. You know, don't give me no hamburger, I don't eat no meat. Okay, so in other words, they have to cater to us too. That means you have to have some self-worthiness, some moral consciousness, and you have to learn how to say no. It's not about, well, you want a husband, you want a man, you want to get with. But because of the very nature, and I broke this down as far as the X and the Y, they don't have breasts, they don't have womb, there's some other things missing based on that Y chromosome. Okay, we can give them hormonal things and make them act like us. I see it all the time. We can give them all kind of stuff and they just be twiddly-dee and floating and doing whatever. Okay, but it's very, I'm serious because we have more with us. Science knows that. Okay, science knows that. It's easier even to transform them biologically appearing to look like a woman than it is for a woman to be transformed to look like a man. Yes. So we need to know that that's a blessing. That's a blessing to be more spiritually in tune, or the men are spiritually in tune, but they leave it to us. So that's when they deal with the virtues of a woman. They may have certain priority over us, maybe physically. They used to grow the men mentally to deal with calculus and physics and these other things that they wouldn't dare have their wife and female child getting involved in the male corporate structure. But the thing that comes with being that, you're getting stomach ulcers, you're killing your kids, you're fighting over that European money, okay? You're looking like a little Barbie doll, you're not cooking no food, so you're losing. You're losing. So being spiritual and is more right and is good, then we have to take that bittersweetness and just don't give up of the flesh all the time. And what it's going to do is we may just deal with them every now and then. And that every now and then might just be for the propagation of the race. And then that's it. Because you can't keep being with something that's going to keep raking you and hurting you. But if he's clean, he got some teeth in his mouth, fingernails is clean, he ain't smelling too bad, you can wash him up. Do what you have to do to get your children, your family, or whatever, and then back up. You can't keep something that's going to eventually come back and kill you or hurt you. And the same thing goes with brothers. If it smells bad, leave it alone.
Yes, sir.
Okay, don't mess with it, is what I'm saying. Meaning, get the good that you can from what it is. Yeah, she fine and pretty right now. She like this here. Oh, but now she putting the blue contact lenses in. Now she got to be with the other man because he got more money and you ain't got it. And now this little baby don't look really like you, but you're trying to make like it look like you. You got to stop it. Okay, we have to get real with what's going on and just stop it. Okay? You're welcome. I'm trying. Okay, this brother has a question.
You said something about biology. It's kind of interesting. What I do understand is that one piece of scripture, I don't want to read the scripture too heavy because I know people get out of that. But it said at one point, they all came after their kind. Everything gives rise to its kind. In other words, grapes will give rise to grapes, apples will give rise to apples.
Okay.
If you have the human species, can human species give other than a kind? If she gives forth to give birth, can she give rise to anything less than herself?
Okay, are we talking bestiality here? Because giving rise to yourself, you're talking about if she was to lay down with something other than human?
No, I'm saying in the sense that if you're giving rise to a species, you're giving rise to that which is like yourself. In the Bible, it's also said something, at least in the English version of the King James version, it said that, and they knew that they would be like gods.
Okay.
It also said that you said man and woman.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm asking, right, is there such a thing, even in mathematics, can woman give rise to anything other than herself?
You have to make clear to me, what do you call something other than herself?
Can she give rise to anything other than a woman? And I know the man species is here because I'm a man.
Can she give rise to anything other than herself? It's still not making clear. Are you including that men is herself? Is man herself? See,
That's the question.
no, we don't need to be abstract here. Because see, what's happening is abstract will never answer a question. Can she give rise? I know my presence gives rise to men. Okay?
Oh, you know.
I know. And I can raise up a man. I can raise up a boy. I can raise up a man. A man can raise me up also. Okay? He can uplift me too. But now we're talking about sexually encounters where somebody is pregnant carrying a baby.
You also said that
We're not answering questions here.
you also spoke on virgin birth being a possibility
Yes.
and women being able
To have children without the intervention of this generation of men.
That's correct.
Okay.
All right. I also wanted to know if it follows that can woman give rise to anything less than herself? Psychologically, in different species? Yes.
Well, that's all you had to say. I said animal, could be a fish, could be a dog, could be anything is possible because the Creator can deem it so through anything. You can give rise to a snake, a lizard, a goat, a cat, if it deems possible from the Creator. We have a womb. We have a container. We can house anything in here. Okay? We can house it. It can be put here. The thing is, if it takes something from you and something from me to get together, are these two people responsible for what comes in here, or is it just her? Is it just, in other words, if she's by herself and she has not been intervened by a man, but maybe intervened by an animal species? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I noticed that you said something in the movie too, where the ape and the human got together,
Right.
and she was automatically killed.
She was killed because she died in childbirth, trying to have a human baby.
Now, I also know in some species of animals, such as the bee family and so forth and so on, after the man is used,
He's dead. He dies, he's killed off.
and then that species gives rise to, a colony of bees or whatever. In the case of...
But that's deemed by God.
Right.
We could also be used. See, what I'm telling you is that the way things are going now, I've seen triple X chromosome females. Okay? Triple X chromosome females, usually thick, stocky, their neck look like Mike Tyson, come from here over here. The fingers are short and stubby, okay? They have hair that grows up the body, hair on the thighs. Same kind of condition you get when you take the birth control pill too long. Okay, hormonally. Okay? But triple X is a genetic factor. Now, they don't usually have any kids. They're not able to have children. Okay? Yeah. Sometimes somebody slips through the creeps and they have something to maintain a baby. Now, if a man gets with a woman like this, first of all, you can look at her and see that she does not look what you consider to be the norm. So, if it means, are you asking me the question, can she give birth of something less than herself? We have to specify what's less. Because I know two people who are mongoloids and they have children. They don't consider themselves less. I know a man who loves a woman and she is definitely a dwarf. But they don't consider their child who's damn near 6 feet tall less. If we're talking about intervention between man and woman having a child, those two people never at any point were thinking they're going to have a less baby. They'll be thinking they're going to have a different baby. And this society kills off the different based on what we consider the norm. I have seen people impregnated with things other than human life, yeah. If that's what you're asking, I don't know. When you say less than herself could be, you might think that anything other than the two humans is less. I mean, I know people who have intercourse with dogs, chicken, lamb. Yes, because the orifice feels wonderful on the penis. Now, so if you ask me, could a chicken carry a human embryo, I would choose to say usually that semen would be spit out. It would take to nothing. It should not be able to go full term because that chicken is unlike human. But the first 3 stages of life in that womb, We all look alike? We all look alike. Gill slits and all. Okay? And if we're going to talk about evolving, then what is keeping this link, this 8 that we suppose that come from popping up again?
That was a theory.
Exactly. So we have to define what's less than. And it may not be with us to define it. That may be something we might need to consider. We have womb banks. Just like you have sperm banks, you have areas where you can go and just have your baby. We have men that are getting artificially implanted in the adipose of their abdomen and have cesarean section because they want to experience motherhood. Okay. Okay, because see, a fertilized ovum, like you have intra-abdominal pregnancies. You can be pregnant in the abdominal cavity. It doesn't have to be in the uterus. Wherever there's a vascular system, it will set up a network of vascular system to grow on. The thing is, eventually it may kill you. So the thing is, keep it 5-6 months, take it out, put it in a womb bank, similarity, and just have it grow until it's term time.
What kind of human being to go down?
Trust me. You see, we can have people without fingerprints. You can have people without navel cords, meaning they was attached to something.
If they're walking around amongst us,
Believe me, and you don't have to believe me, but it's on tape. And when they expose that, then you'll say, "Damn, she was talking." I've been saying this since I'm about 14, 15. I'm not just talking this stuff. What I'm saying, I'm getting a vehicle now to speak it on, okay? And I've also been told that once I get this realm, that might be my demise. Because you're not really going to believe it, and you might want to kill me over because you don't want to believe that these things exist.
Vanity Fair of February this year, where it talks about how men are lining up now to wait to be...
They made a movie with men pregnant. The cop in the middle of the street, remember?
but those are men that was created by science. That's not normal.
No. No, we deal with men walking around who have a little bit more female hormone type circulating.
Yeah, but that's what science meant.
No, we have to deal. See, I'm on this issue. I'm straddling the fence because had I not been involved in the scientific arena and the environmental arena, then I would be maybe lopsided. I know chemicals can damage your genes, and you can appear to be one way, and then I see you born, you got a vagina, but you look like a man. Then they got to find out how much chromosomes you got before they make you the man or the woman. Sometimes they make you the man because the man is all hyped up, that's my boy, that's my son, but he got ovaries. The ovaries start kicking out estrogen, and he's just different. Okay? Or you get the female who have the penis and the vagina. That would be nice. He raised the thing. Okay. At least you know who's screwing you, right? But, and they call this ambiguous sex. So they have to eventually shrink one or get rid of one. Okay, we have a lot, believe it or not, there's a lot of male children born like this. There's more males born with penis and vagina than females born with penis and vagina. Okay, if you look at a brand new baby girl, they look like they have testicles at one point. The vagina is very, 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 very swollen and very, very black. And nipples too. Okay, and that's because of the hormone levels in the female body. It's very, very strong. Hormone, estrogen, melanin, very strong. And believe it or not, they can take these cells from the cord blood and use them to cure a lot of ailments. Okay? And so they can use our babies at birth. So some babies that may have died, and you said your baby was alive and is dead, they can keep this and get these things because it's so concentrated in them new babies. Okay, like the babies that was missing down south, they said they couldn't find out no sexual abuse, but there was needle pins in the genital area, extracting. Your lip, your nipple, and your vagina and penis have the same texture. Okay, you touch it, it has the same texture. Melanin concentrated. You have certain things in these areas. So we can be made to support other life. Okay? But we have to find a way of not rejecting it. Not us, but whoever's using us. Of not rejecting this life. We can be used for that. We can be used like that movie Coma. You need a life source. Okay? Women can be used for a lot of things because coming with us is all of it. Okay? And women have to be very protective of their self because you don't need to sleep naked in the room by yourself at night with all the lights out. You will be dealt with on another level in the spiritual world. That's one of the benefits and protection of having a mate. Okay? And if you understand this unseen world, sometimes you feel like you're being manipulated.
It even happens when you have to make that.
That's right. And it's caught how strong he is in his spot in your relationship with each other. So you have to know about these unseen things. Women can be used. Your secretions can be used. They use them. Off the placenta. You should see them scraping that Vernex. That white cream. That's Estericia. Porcelana. The doctors take their own from their babies and yours too. The placentas are frozen. Okay, and they use it.